In a matter of seconds, we're going to be joined by one half of the co-main event for Saturday's card here in New York, Brooklyn, Barclays Center to be exact. As I said at the top of the show, 2025 Ring Magazine Prospect of the Year, the son of the great Fernando Vargas. A lot of people very excited about what this man is doing, this young man is doing. How old is he here? Let me pull that up real quick. He is just 22 years old, 17-0, 14 knockouts, hailing from Oxnard, California, already ranked as number 2 by the WBO, turned professional in 2022, 1 month after turning 18, has had over 100 amateur fights and was a 7-time national champion. And on Saturday, he's facing the 22-1 Bryce Mills, and he'll be defending his NABF and WBO Latino super lightweight titles. He's El General, the one and only Emiliano Vargas, kind enough to join us right here and now. Hello, sir. How are you? Wow. You look fantastic.
Yeah, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please.
Thank you, brother.
Nowhere near as good as you.
Yeah.
I love the double-breasted.
My
Much
man.
respect.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Welcome.
Great.
Please come into the microphone here. You look tremendous.
Thank you.
And we're very excited to have you here. What an opportunity for you to fight. I know you fought in New York before, but on a card like this at Barclays, there's excitement in the air. This is a big-time deal, big-time spot for you. Biggest fight of your career, would you say, so far?
I would say so. I think every time we come out to New York, something big happens. Picked up the 45-second knockout, Madison Square Garden, and then Prospect of the Year, and then now we're back. So I'm super excited. There's something about the energy, the fans. You know, I'm a West Coast fighter, but I feel like I've been fighting a lot on the East Coast, so I got a lot of love for the East Coast. So I'm just excited to be back. Big card. I know Xander has a big fight in front of him. It's one of my boys, and
yeah, you guys are friends.
I'm excited for him. Yeah, I'm real happy for him. You know, and I can't wait to see him perform.
You got to share the Super Bowl stage with him.
Yes.
Were you friends prior to that?
Yeah, we were friends. I mean, you know, we around the same amateur circuit and everything like that. So, you know, but we really got close there. Me as a Mexican, because everybody down there was Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So I'd pick up 1 to 2 words. You know, Puerto Ricans talk a little fast. So they made me feel real cool. Xander, his father, you know, just included me in everything. And we were playing Dominoes with Bad Bunny, and it was just an amazing experience, man. Yeah.
That's surreal for you.
Yeah, no doubt. Honestly, the most humble celebrity, you know, especially at his level of success and fame. I mean, the most humble.
Wow.
I've had other interactions with, you know, some, you know, Mexican artists and stuff like that, you know, wouldn't really give me the time of day or whatever, which, I mean, you know, maybe they're having a bad day or whatever the case may be, right? Sure. But there's been instances where even my videographer's like, man, screw that guy, you know? So, I mean, it happens, but, you know. Yeah.
So I know why he was chosen to be a part of it, because he's of Puerto Rican descent. He's so popular there. How did you get involved?
So my lawyer, he called me, and I was in the hyperbaric, and he goes, Bad Bunny wants Emiliano Vargas and Xander Zayas. I was like, wait, what? Did I hear you right? Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, he was like, for the Super Bowl. I was like, bro, get out of here. So big shout out to my guy, Charles Liu, best in the business. I'm just so blessed to have the right people around me. And, you know, just that whole process was super crazy, because I was getting ready for my fight I think I fought in March 29th in Arizona. So throughout that whole time, they moved my whole training camp to, you know, San Francisco, and I was able to do the rehearsals and everything there. And, you know, they showed me an amazing amount of love, and I got the job done. I was sparring 12 rounds, 3 different guys, and then going to the rehearsals for the Super Bowl. So it was amazing.
How many times did you have to rehearse that?
I think I was doing it for a whole week. Beforehand.
That much, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
just going like this?
Just throwing punches, bro. Yeah, but I mean, look.
There's so much.
Yeah. My hat goes off to everybody who moved everything, and even the dancers, and that was crazy in itself, just to see just the coordination and how everything came together. So they moved everything in and out, and they were all volunteers. So I was able to take pictures with some of them, and they were fans. It was just a whole amazing experience, and got to meet really cool people. And like I said, that interaction with Bad Bunny. And then when I came back to the trailers, Jay-Z, he dabbed me up. And,
Come on.
It was like, hey, good job.
Oh yeah, because he's
saw
like
you
the
out there.
executive producer,
Yeah.
right, of all this. That's
Yeah.
wild. Did you feel a sort of trickle down effect in the aftermath? Like more
Yeah.
people talking about you? Did you feel like you got the rub from being there? I know it
Yeah.
was so quick, but I felt like all I was seeing on my timeline was Zayas, Vargas were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. Like I said, I mean, it was a different demographic for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, people who don't really watch boxing obviously got to see me and Xander, and you know, on pretty much one of the biggest stages. You're talking about. I don't think anything that's bigger than that is maybe the World Cup going on right now.
Yeah.
But you know, not just boxing on the biggest stage, but also, you know, showing my Mexican American roots was definitely something beautiful for just not just myself, but for all the Latinos here in the United States.
I remember when this fight was being put together and there were talks of you being on this card. You did say in multiple interviews, I saw them, where you said you wanted to fight a former world
Yes.
champion.
Yes.
You are not fighting a former
Right.
world champion. I know George Kambosos was mentioned as well.
Right.
Were you disappointed it didn't pan out that way?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, obviously we have a roadmap in our heads, and sometimes, you know, these former world champions, they either want another shot at a title or they have prior obligations, which Kambosos had prior obligations. You know, I mean, maybe sometime this year. I definitely, after this fight, a title eliminator, and hopefully by the end of this year, a world title fight. So I know I'm inching towards my world title. I mean, like every other world champion knew and said that they were going to become world champion, it's the same way I feel. I feel it every bone in my body. So this is another step towards that, and Bryce Mills is in the way. So, you know, I got to crush him.
Did you guys even talk to Kambosos' side?
Yeah, we did talk with them. My lawyer and Top Rank to theirs, and you know, they had prior obligations, but you know, nothing really panned out because of that prior obligation.
In the aftermath of your last fight against Quintana, there were some people who said that they didn't like the decision and all that
Right.
stuff. Do you feel like you have a chip on your shoulder to shut people up, get rid of the haters, stuff like that? I know, you know, the Ryan Garcia thing is the most
Sure.
like famous one where he tweeted about it. You responded to him. We'll get into all of that.
Yeah,
But do you feel like, okay, I heard what you guys had to say. Now I'm going to show you what I'm all about
Yeah,
on
no
Saturday.
doubt. I mean, look, every fighter I get in the ring with brings a different side out of me. I feel like Quintana, as his foot was being taken off of the gas pedal, I was putting mine on the gas pedal. So, I mean, whether people saw fit or not, his face was obviously torn up. I mean, I didn't have any cuts or bruises or anything on my face, so I felt like, you know, I mean, people will always find something to criticize about. So I'm not really too worried about what people are saying. I know they're going to continue to tune in, but my biggest thing is just making sure that I'm getting better in every aspect, my defense, my offense, my counters, everything, just growing as a young fighter. You know, I mean, these world champions are all 26, 27. You know, they're late in their age, so you know, I'm doing the right thing if I'm on their radar.
Garcia talks about the decision. You go for the jugular. You go for the PEDs.
Right.
Why did you take it from 0 to 100 so quickly?
I mean, that wasn't just one remark. You know, he's been
he's
saying,
made others?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
All right.
On like streams
Yep.
or
He's been hating.
Yeah, I mean, little jabs here and there, right?
Okay.
I mean, I got nothing but love for him and his family.
Is that true, though? It sounds like maybe you do have some animosity towards him as a result.
I have no animosity.
Okay.
I have zero animosity. I mean, it's the fight game.
Yeah.
You wanna talk to me, I'll talk about you. That's as simple as it is. Like, his mom's cool, my mom.
Wow. Okay.
I don't, like, you know, it's a fight business. I understand it. You know, we're going to talk about each other. But as far as animosity, I don't feel like I don't really have animosity towards anybody. It's just business. I mean,
Why do you think he was jabbing you a little bit?
I don't know. You know, I think maybe, yeah, I couldn't tell you. There'd be a question for himself.
Have you seen him face to face since all of this?
Have I seen him face to face? I have not.
Okay.
I have not. I just know things. You know, we started talking about each other once my brother fought his brother, and then since then it's kind of been little jabs here, little jabs there. So I think that's been the inception of everything, like on those lines.
Do you think there's a chance you may fight him one day?
I would love to. I would love to. You know, obviously he's a great champion. He's a great fighter. For me, the biggest fights is all about visibility, right? So I want to be in the biggest fights possible. All I know is I need experience. You know, like I said, he just became world champion at 27 years of age. I mean, he fought a Luke Campbell at my age, you know, which was an Olympian, which I'm wanting to fight former world champions. We're trying to make things happen, you know. So which will happen this year. So I'm not worried about anybody else's opinions on my career. I'm worried about, you know, obviously growing as a fighter and continuing my, you know, climb to my world title fight. So, you know, I'm knocking on that door. I'm ranked number 2 in the WBO, number 12 in the WBC, number 7 in the WBA. So I'm climbing, you know, and I know I'll get there.
How far away do you think, how many fights away do you think you are from those types of fights?
Those types of fights, I'm a fighter, right? And I'm ready as of now. For me, that's my mentality.
You feel like you'd be ready?
I feel I definitely, and any fighter who doesn't believe so shouldn't be fighting. I don't care who you are. If you don't get in the ring and you don't physically feel or mentally feel like you're ready to fight, you shouldn't be in the ring. So another thing is sitting down with my promotional company, my team, and make sure, you know, we capitalize on every opportunity. And when I do step up to fight Ryan, which I know I will, it'll be on the biggest stage and for the biggest bag.
Do you think he knowingly took PDs?
I don't know. What he does in his camp, I can't speak for. The only thing I can speak for is me and the way I run my camp, and, you know, I can't opinionate on any of that.
Do you think that that's a problem in boxing?
I think Vada's doing a great job. I think, you know, just as far as testing and even myself, because I'm in the rankings, you know, they're taking down all my information for PEDs or this. I don't even want to take like sleep pills because I don't even want to get contaminated with anything, because I'm a true professional, you know, and I know that stuff could happen, but obviously I don't want to be popped for anything. For what?
Yeah, of course. I mean, especially at this age, right?
That's what I'm saying.
You've got the fountain of youth. You don't need anything extra.
Yeah.
You think he beats Conor Benn if they fight?
I think it'll be a great fight. Look, I got a lot of love for Conor Benn. I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 fight.
Is it?
I think it is.
I think a lot of people would
fight.
say it's not a 50-50, that Ryan is the heavy favorite.
I think it's 50-50.
Okay.
In my opinion, I just believe the way Conor Benn fights, the way he gets on the inside, I think he could. I've never seen nobody go to the body on Ryan, you know, and I think that could be a factor. I mean, the last person who went to the body on Ryan was Gervonta, and we know how that went.
Sure.
So, I mean, I don't care what fighter you are, nobody likes body shots. So, that's just my opinion.
You like the body shots. I've heard you break down Boots Zayas.
Right.
And you mentioned the body. Go to the body. This is the key to success. Why do you feel like it's the key?
Nobody likes it.
Yeah.
And you know, especially with my sparring partners or anybody who I'm like, you know, you could start fast, you could start good, you know, and it goes to the later rounds all that takes a lot out of you. So I feel like maybe it's Mexican style boxing. Maybe it's just the way my father's taught me, but I really like going to the body.
So what about, you know, we're talking about you and Ryan.
Right.
Xander's kind of doing a similar thing here. He's going up and fighting a guy who's at the very top of his game, even more accomplished than Ryan in most people's eyes. And there's a lot of people dismissing him. We were just looking at the odds. Like he's a pretty sizable underdog. I think he's got a chance. I don't know if Boots is back there yet, but I think he's got a chance. And I know you feel the same as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fight, right? And that's a beautiful thing. I think win, lose, or draw, we have to give it up to Xander because he's putting 2 belts in the line, not 1, 2.
Yeah.
For really no reason besides, you know, just wanting to show everybody what type of fighter he is. And that you have to commend. I don't care what person you are. So my hat goes off to him, but at the same time, I feel like, he has a fighter's chance, which, you know, I mean, Boots, I haven't seen anybody go to the body on him. Like you know, you've seen me say, like, I don't believe anybody likes body shots. So that's just my opinion.
Were you getting worried? I asked him this question yesterday when it was taking a while for Top Rank to score their TV deal, when it seemed like for a minute, you know, the last show on ESPN was in July, and it took several months, 7 or so months to get the DAZN deal, which isn't typical in the TV business. Right. Were you getting worried that, hey, like at some point, like we need distribution, we need a platform? How are you feeling?
I mean, look, I'm a loyal guy, right? I was taught that from my father. I mean, Top Rank, they've done an amazing job with my career. They haven't just made champions, they've made, you know, legends in the sport. And I know that regardless, you know, like I said, I'm a loyal guy, 1. 2, from a business standpoint, Top Rank is boxing. They're going to find something, you know. So But I'm luckily that we didn't have to think of any other options or go any other way. I mean, Top Rank has been great to me, and I can't complain at all.
Can I ask how many fights do you have left with them?
If I'm not mistaken, I think I have maybe a year and a half.
Okay, it goes by year, not by fights?
Yeah, it depends how many fights you fight.
Got you.
Yeah, so.
So you're saying you're happy?
I'm happy.
Because it's a fascinating, there's like an arms race going on in the sport of boxing. You know, Zuffa Boxing is coming.
Yeah.
What do you think about them? I saw you at WrestleMania, so you had good seats.
Yeah, that wasn't Zuffa.
That wasn't? I was like, man, are they coming after Vargas? I don't know.
I mean, I just got good tickets.
Okay. You were front and center.
Yeah, it was a crazy experience. Obviously, they were there, but what I think about Zuffa, I think that, look, it's good for the marketplace, right? I think it's good for fighters. Hey, Zuffa's offering me this, what can you give me here?
Yeah.
That's business, right? But as far as their business model, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with some of these fights or fighters that they have picked up. So, I'm excited to see it. I know a lot of my friends have gotten, sparring partners have gotten signed to Zuffa too.
Okay.
So they're staying real busy. They're giving me good work. So I don't have anything bad to say.
How do you feel about the belts?
How do I feel about the belts?
Away from the belts, right? WBC, WBO. I know you're ranked number 2, as you said. You want one of those, I would imagine. They're trying to create their own thing, UFC style.
I think if you know what you're getting yourself into and you sign with Zuffa, then you can't complain.
Sure.
I think, if you're not going to be fighting for the belts, then, that's one thing. That's a pill that you're going to have to swallow. Because that's the way they want to run it. So, if you're willing to take the pay and, only fight for one belt, then it is what it is. So, other than that, I think these belts make champions. I think they're a dream, not just for myself, but so many other people who get up every day in and day out, and dream about becoming a world champion. And like I said, I could feel how close I am to become a world champion, and that motivates me. So I do believe those belts matter. I do believe they matter. Very
early in your life, did you have some small aspiration to be an MMA fighter? Were you ever like dabbling in that?
A little bit. I did. A little bit. I think, look, I was just a fat, chubby kid who just liked to eat, and my dad would put me in some like basketball or MMA, or I'd always be fighting with my brothers. So regardless, I was always fighting, right?
Did you ever do anything?
I did do MMA.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, I did do MMA.
And what did you think?
I think my dad tricked me. He said, let's work on your hands, because MMA fighters really don't, have a stand-up game.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back.
Okay.
So then I had my first amateur fight, and then I just fell in love with winning.
Okay.
7 national championships later, and Team USA, and, obviously, where we are now, so.
When your dad had his last fight, I believe you were 3, right? So you have no recollection.
I don't.
Did you even go to any of those fights? Like, are there pictures of you?
Yeah, for sure. I walked my first steps at his fight versus Javal.
Wow.
It was out here in New York. I believe so as well.
Wow.
So, just a crazy experience.
Do you remember when you started to realize who your dad was? Your dad, the great Fernando Vargas.
Yeah.
You're 5, you're 6. Obviously, I'm sure there were kids in the neighborhood. There were people who were telling you, and you start to probably notice people wanting to take photos with him when you're out. When did this start to hit you?
One day my dad stopped me. I just told him, I'll see you in the car, because I forgot where we were, and he was taking 45 minutes to get out of somewhere.
Okay.
I was like, I'm going to go with my mom, and then we're going to be in the car. And, I asked him, and I told him, does that ever bother you? Do you ever, get tired of any of that? And he stopped me for a second, and he goes, those people will remember that for the rest of their life. I will probably forget about it in a minute or two.
Yeah.
So those people put food on our table. Those people are the ones that support you and, himself, So it just, for me, that I realized that I was like, okay, like, wow. Like, 1, my father, it took 45 minutes for him to get out of somewhere, right? And 2, he taught me how to be a young man. So just throughout all this, I just feel like, I've been able to not just really dissect my dad's career, but also he's taught me how to be a young man, and I was able to learn from all that. So
first time you trained in a boxing gym, how old were you?
I mean, like I said, I've always been around it. You know, my father was in training camp.
So you're just like running around, right?
Yeah, but I never took it seriously. And then at the age of 10 years old, I started competing.
Why 10? I'm surprised not younger. Like 7, 8, you hear these stories.
Yeah.
Why did it take till 10?
We went to an amateur fight in Las Vegas. And from there, I told my dad, I said, I want to do that. He's like, you don't want to do that. And I was like, yeah, I want to do that. He was like, after school, if you remind me, we'll go. I was in the car. I already had my wraps on. I was like, Dad, you're going to take me to the boxing gym? And I don't know. I just fell in love with it. Sparred. I was, made this kid's nose bleed. I was like, okay. And then I won. And, I feel like I like proving people wrong. Like throughout my whole amateur career, especially in Las Vegas, I'm sure Vargas is going to win the national championship. I won 7 of them, and sure he's going to go pro. I'm signed with the biggest promotional company. Their first fighter was Muhammad Ali, Manny Pacquiao, all these different, fighters. And now we're here. So I like proving people wrong.
Did he try to deter you from going down this path? He had to come and fight and sort of get out of the hardships of life through the fight game. Did he try to say, you don't need to do that, I want you to do something else?
I mean, look, every punch that my father took was for me and my brothers. And now that I do it, I understand and have a newfound respect for my father, So I just feel like, him allowing me to pursue what I want to do, my hat goes off to him because...
He never tried to stop you?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
What about your mom?
Never, actually. She was actually supportive, actually really supportive about it. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what I do, if it's boxing, if it's MMA, if it's being a lawyer, doing ballet, they'll support me 120%.
How long have they been together, your mom and dad?
Too long. They've been together too long. Yeah.
She was with him throughout his career.
Yeah.
I always think about
15. They've been 15.
That is wild.
Yeah, it is.
I always think about the mom in this situation who had to deal with the whole career of her spouse and then probably thinks at some point, like, thank God that's over. And now it's not just one kid, it's 3 kids.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a different type of nerves.
You got 2 of them doing bare knuckle.
Yo, man.
Yeah.
Poor mom.
She's the glue to all of it, though. She's momager. She's on top of everything. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of her phone calls, though. She doesn't play about me and my brothers and my family. So she's definitely the Kris Jenner for sure.
Was there any doubt that he would be your trainer? Like, did you ever think maybe I'll go with someone else? I don't want it to be father son. I don't want it to, or was it always him?
Why would I go anywhere else?
I don't know.
Look, my father is all about learning still. I mean, we've even brought my Uncle Roger, who's his brother who worked with Lomachenko in his camp. So we brought him in for this camp, to give us a different look. But, I just feel like I'm grateful because my father still wants to learn. He's had 5 different trainers in his career, and I mean, he still wants to learn. He still wants to grow, and that's very admirable. For somebody who's
for sure,
gone to where I want to get to.
How would you describe him as a coach? As
a coach, like I said, he's very open to learning. I feel like with myself, though, he doesn't really have to tell me to do this or to do that. I feel like, I'm a professional. I do what I do, but, obviously having that experience in the corner helps out a lot. Even with the weight cut or with the food or just you should weight cut like this or you should do this much amount of time on, so just his insight, I feel like really helps out a lot.
I heard you say that when you're cutting weight, he cuts weight with you. Like he'll to a degree, right? Like 800 calories, he's...
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, my dad, he's weight cut his whole life, right? But, when it comes down to fight week, he'll definitely eat what I'm eating. I don't know if when I'm asleep he goes and grabs a pizza or whatever, but that's he deserves it. He deserves all that.
And so when he's you've reached now a point, prospect of the year, you're about to fight for belts, like co-main event. Is he talking to you now about the other side of the game, the fight game, the business side of the game? Because there are mistakes that you can make, right?
For sure.
You can listen to the wrong people. Is he starting to talk to you about that when you're coming up? That's not a conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, I think, obviously my father's career, the good, the bad, the ugly, serves for mine. And the team that we've built around us, honestly, is tremendous. Like I said, Charles Liu, my lawyer. We got my mother, who, from trial and error, deals with pretty much sponsorship and everything else. And we continue to add, but just as far as Top Rank as well, and Gardy, who is also part of that team, just everybody who we have in a part of that circle is just, everybody's doing their job and doing an amazing job in that. So, like I said, the trial and error of my father's career serves for my career.
Have you sat down and watched every single one of your father's pro fights?
Every single one? I don't think so.
Okay.
But for the majority, yes. Yeah.
And what is that like? Do you watch it with him? Do you ever sit back and go, you're in bed and like, let me pull this up on YouTube?
Yeah, I think it happens more so by myself.
Okay.
I think.
And what's that like to see your father do work? He was one of the greatest. Like to see your dad, before you're born, do stuff and fight these legends.
What I like to see is his training videos.
Okay.
Obviously I train and I do my thing, and to an intensity that I know my father was training at. So for me to see that, like, oh, he actually was training. Like, he actually was, So
do you see yourself when you watch him as a youngster?
And it's crazy. I would never try to be like my father, though. I feel like my father is 101. I just definitely implement and take what he's learned over his career and put it towards mine. But it's crazy to see, definitely.
I can imagine. When you're coming up, did you feel a bullseye on your back because of your last name?
Yeah, for
how
sure.
How did you deal with that?
Like I said, I feel like they weren't fighting me; they were fighting my father.
Yeah.
Since they're amateurs, so I had to train to another level, if that makes sense. I had to understand that they weren't just coming for me, but for my last name, and that intensity, I think, is stuck with me. Like I don't care who it is, if it's Bryce Mills, if it would have been Kambosos, if it would have been whatever champion at the 140-pound division. I train the same for Bryce Mills as I do each and every one of those champions. So, I mean, that's just the mentality, and I feel like that rubs off from my father. I feel like that intensity and that mindset, I've only learned how to be a winner because of him. Winner in life, and not just inside of the ring, but outside too,
I know you spent some time with David Benavidez as well.
Yeah.
And his father. And then we found out yesterday, I think it was, that Tank Davis is going to train with his father. Did you see that?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
How do you think that's going to go?
I mean, look, I think that's a different look. I
Yeah.
think definitely that might be really good. I know Jose Benavidez is a real great trainer. I was able to train with them, see him spar, and see him obviously work with his son. And I mean, Benavidez is crazy. He was lighting up his sparring partners. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna try that.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna try this. Like, so it was crazy to see it. It was definitely crazy to see it. But I think it'd be a different look. I think that's the whole thing about boxing. You just want to continue to learn. You want to get different looks. You want to see what works, see what doesn't work, and hopefully it does work for him.
There's a young man who's fighting beneath you on this card named Ben Whitaker. You familiar with him?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think of his style? He's making his American debut.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. He's never fought in the U.S. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think he's a great fighter. I know me and him were running for Prospect of the Year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been mad if it was him either. So I know he's a great talent. He's a great fighter, and I can't wait to see him fight.
Are you a fan of boxing? Meaning, like, are you watching every weekend, or do you need a break on the weekend?
Because boxing's my life.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd rather watch a movie.
Okay.
I'd rather put something on. But for sure, like, if this is a big fight, I definitely watch it. Big fight. Anybody who I'm fighting, for sure. Anybody in my weight class, I'm watching it. I'm a student of the game as well. I like to learn. I like to pick new things up. But I'd rather put on a movie, just chill.
What if it's like people in your age range? Like if Abdullah Mason is fighting,
right.
Are you trying to see, okay, let me see what he's doing because we're sort of...
for sure. I think he's doing a great job. Obviously, he's a great young talent, and there's definitely a future fight down the line. Like I said, I don't compare myself to any other career or any other fighter. I know what God has for me is for me, and regardless, I'm a win in life because I serve Him.
Eventually, where do you think you end up? You're so young. Like yesterday, Xander said like he might end up at 168 by the time it's all said and done. What do you think for yourself?
Maybe 154.
Okay.
I think I see 47, 154. Maybe stretching it 160. That's stretching it. I mean, if there's a big fight, maybe 160. So we'll see.
How are the weight cuts these days?
I mean, making weight is making weight.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's part of the process. It's part of you know, fighting. But I feel like 140, I'll win my world title. I'll stay here for sure for a couple of years, and I mean, we'll see what else. But I think I'm pretty comfortable with 140. But 135, there's no way I'm making 135. Ain't no. I was trying to make 137, and that was tough for me.
Really?
Yeah, that was really tough for me.
What about the bare knuckle? Your brothers? Would you ever do that?
I don't know. There has to be a lot of zeros behind that comma, you know. So
What do they say about it?
What do they say, my brothers?
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's a great opportunity for them, no doubt. They're getting, you know, more than any other bare knuckle fighter has gotten to do what they're doing. So I'm very proud of them. But I just told them, I said, make it quick, bro.
Yeah.
I said, make it quick, and you know, I'm not faint-hearted, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm there to support my brothers. We'll be out there in London, and we'll see what's up.
What does your dad think of this?
What does he think? You know,
Because it's a little non-traditional, even
yeah,
though
of
I know it's
course.
so old school. But
yeah, he's gonna be, like I said earlier, my father's gonna support anything that
Yeah.
I want to do, and if it's really something that my brothers wanted to do, then he's gonna support. So, I mean, that's pretty much where it's at right now.
as far as your camaraderie with them, as you guys are navigating, I know you're down different paths here, but as you're navigating the fight game, has it made you closer? Are you kind of doing your own thing? How would you describe your relationship
Yeah,
with
my
them?
relationship with my brothers is amazing. You know, we're so close. Everything that we do together. I feel like there's no better feeling than winning with people that you love. My mother and my father, I go to work with them every day. My brothers, I go run with them. They put on plastics with me. They'll eat what I'm eating, you know, and that's the support that definitely makes you feel home wherever you go. Doesn't matter if I'm in New York, in Saudi Arabia, whatever. Wherever a fight calls me to be, you know, I know that they make it more easier for sure.
I'm always curious about, you know, sons of fighters, and if at any point they had a dream to do anything outside of combat sports. Do you have any recollection of a time where you were like, I want nothing to do with all this, I want to go down this path, I want to do something completely different? Or to the best of your knowledge, was it always fighting?
I mean, I haven't thought of anything else.
That's it, huh?
My mind, now crazy that you say that, boxing, I just made a decision at like 10 years old, and it's crazy because I have friends that I used to obviously go to school with, and they're like, everything that you said, you're doing. You know, and I think that's the biggest compliment in the world. I think that right there is like, wow, like sometimes you don't take the time to smell the roses, smell the flowers, you know, and to hear that makes you feel really good. And I always want to be that type of person. I want to be that type of person that says they're going to do something and does it. You know, I respect a person like that. And when this is all said and done, you know, I want people to know me as a genuine, good human being that made right on everything that he said and, you know, was for his family. So, you know, regardless, you know, boxing isn't forever. But I understand that throughout this is going to be my launch pad to whatever I want to do. So.
What about the style and all that? This look right here, the hair. I saw
man.
you got a new, did you get a new car recently?
Yeah.
Lambo?
Yes, sir.
Must be nice. Look at that car right there. This is not a rental, is it?
My man, we're styling, man.
Yeah, styling and profiling. Where's this coming
That
from?
was actually for my birthday, too.
Oh, someone gave you that?
No.
You bought it for yourself?
Yeah, big shout out Tobin Auto Dealership over there in Las Vegas, taking care of me all the time with all my cars. So
Where does the style come from?
Where does the style come from? I love suits. Ever since I was a kid, I just liked wearing suits, and I feel like if I want to be a world champion, I want to walk, talk, and act like a world champion. It doesn't matter. I feel like I live by that. If I want to be something, I have to act like it. So.
Do you consider yourself a role model?
I wouldn't say that. I feel like I'm just trying to be the best person that I could be. And if people see that they could find little attributes about myself that are good, then I mean, I appreciate that, and you know, that makes me feel good.
I'm kind of blown away that you're 22, man. How are you giving us these answers and everything? I feel like this is a lie. I feel like you're actually 28. You're way too mature for 22.
My man, I feel like boxing makes you grow fast though.
Does it?
I feel like it does.
Were you ever a knucklehead? Were you ever like a troublemaker?
I'm gonna be real with you. There's 3 types of people. You learn from other people's mistakes, your mistakes, or people who never learn at all. So I try to learn from my brother's mistakes.
Okay.
Learn from obviously my father's mistakes, and I know I have a golden opportunity, and I'm gonna take full advantage of it. So
There are some people who probably feel like your father had a lot of self-inflicted wounds as far as his career is concerned. Do you feel like your career is a chance to right the wrongs?
for sure, and
Okay.
that's exactly how I feel. I feel like I have an opportunity not just to right, the sins of my father, like the saying goes, make them right, but make something of myself. The same way I am proud of my father, I want my kids to be just as proud, and I don't have any right now that I know of, but I'm just
Nothing, huh?
No.
Does he
no.
talk to you about these things?
Yeah, for sure.
Openly? It's hard as a father. I have kids. It's hard to talk to them about your
My
sins
father
or about
tells
your
me
problems.
all the time, discipline. Discipline is the biggest thing. After he became world champion, the night that he defended his world title, actually, one of his people in his team, they handed him a beer and they said, congratulations, champ. And since then, he was like, I got millions in the bank. I just became, defending my world title. Why not? And since then, he just started drinking, and I think it's a very normalized drug. I think alcohol is a really ugly thing. I feel like there's some people who could have a sip, and there's some people who there's no in between. So, my father had a very excessive personality, and I feel like I have an excessive personality too. I want to, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to go all in. That's why I don't drink. I mean, with coffee, I'll have 4 or 5 cups a day.
Okay.
Why? Just, I don't know. I want to have coffee. I'm going to drink coffee, I'm going to drink coffee. So I'd rather not touch alcohol.
Have you ever had alcohol?
Never.
In your life?
Never.
You've never had a sip?
Never.
Is that because of your dad? Are you afraid that you will
That I'ma
like
like
it?
it.
Yeah.
I do believe that. I feel like I like it. And I just rather not.
Even when you're celebrating after a big fight, everyone's having a good time. Never tempted.
You know what brings me joy is going out to eat.
Yeah.
Having the whole family there. I just won. We're celebrating. We're eating good food. And I think for me, that's it. The people who supported me along this whole journey, while I was cutting the weight, while I was sacrificing, while I was having the bad days, or whatever came along the camp, right? Those are the people who should be there. So, like my father would have 100 people there ordering steak and lobster, and my father was paying, and sometimes he would leave them with the tab and be like, yo, what? Like, yeah, bro, like you ordered that, so you're gonna pay that. So I just feel like my father was young. He had a lot of money. He had a lot of fame, and they don't teach you how to handle that. So I've come from a beautiful home with 2 loving parents who not just want the best for me, but want to see me succeed. So, and I want to see myself succeed. So I just want to, I feel like there's so much opportunity in boxing right now. And I'd be a fool if I didn't take the opportunity that I have and max it out.
Has he ever told you that he has regrets?
For sure. For sure. I know my father is the best father because he didn't have one. I know this last Father's Day was a little rough for him. I feel like it kind of is every Father's Day, but I just told him, I said, you're the father that you are because you didn't have one, and I couldn't ask for a better father.
Wow.
So show me how to be a young man, show me how to fight, show me how to obviously fend for myself, and I'm making a pretty good living showing, with what he's shown me. So, I mean, I owe everything to my father.
Will you push eventually one day, God willing, you have children as well? Would you like for them to follow in the family's footsteps?
If that's what they want to do. I can't speak for, what they want to do because they're not here yet.
Sure. But it would be weird, right? Because your parents didn't stop you.
Yeah,
so obviously...
you're right. You're right. I just feel like, who knows? Only God knows, right?
Yeah.
But, it just takes a crazy amount of, you have to be almost like sick, like mentally, to push yourself to, after I became prospect of the year, I ran in my head. Quintana ran 5 miles that day, so I ran 10 when I came back from that. So just things like that, pushing yourself to another level, mentally. You have to be crazy to do what we do, get in there and fight somebody. This is modern day gladiating is what it is, and push yourself to a different level to where when you reach a certain level, everybody's mindset is like that. Everybody's training hard. Everybody's getting the recovery. So what's the difference between you and everybody else? So you have to have another inch, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. It comes down to conditioning and who put in more work in the later rounds, during the training camp. Because that's why Quintana, he put his foot off the gas. I was putting my foot on the gas. So people can say whatever they want to say, but I know literally after the fight, I thought about it. When I ran 10 miles and he ran 5, that's why I stopped him in the 10, because he wasn't willing to do what I was willing to do. So that's where I take myself mentally, regardless if it's him, if it's another world champion. That's where I go, and that's the same thing that I've been doing. So nobody can tell me that, oh, well, you fought this guy and, you should be trained. No, I take every fighter like it's a world champion.
You've always been this way.
Always. I feel like I said, going back to what you asked me, if I ever had a plan B.
Yeah.
I never had a plan B. Obviously, we're going to be smart and, do right with my money and, put things away, invest and buy real estate and do all that, right? But I don't have a plan B. This is my plan A. Like, I don't have any other choice but to win. Not just for myself, but for my family, for my mother, my father, to honor what he's done. Every punch that he's took has been for me. So why am I going to disrespect that? So I have to give it 120%. And like I said, I'm the type of person, if I do something, I'm going all in.
I've seen you train a little bit with Raul Rosas.
Yeah.
Are you friends?
Yeah, we're cool friends.
He hit you with the chiwiwis.
Yeah,
Look at you. What are you doing?
chiwiwi.
Some body shots here with the leg kicks.
I was kicking wrong. My foot was a little sore after
Bro,
that shit.
have you ever done that before?
No, I
not
haven't.
easy, huh?
I was doing one move though where we were jumping off of the cage, and I was like, I think I'm ready to spar you, bro. I was just joking. But we were streaming, and he was showing me some different.
You do the streaming
techniques and
stuff
like
too?
Yeah, just every once in a while, whenever I feel like it.
Everyone's doing the streaming thing.
Yeah,
It's a lot. It could get you in trouble.
For sure. I think, it can get you in trouble.
Because it's all 24/7. It's unedited. People are walking up to you, creating a
But
scene.
my thing is this: I can't be fake. So once I'm like, cool, like turn it off.
Okay,
you know? So
okay.
I just feel like it was a cool thing. We were in there. I was training some MMA. He put me in some headlocks and stuff like that. I put him in his brother actually in some headlocks.
Oh yeah, his brother.
It was cool,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It was real cool. I mean, he's a great young talent as well.
Yes.
I'm very happy that he's doing his thing, and I mean, that's what it's about, man. I mean, I want to see other people win.
I saw you with Sugar Sean as well.
Yeah,
meet him?
Yeah. I did meet him at a guest house over there in Las Vegas. We having dinner.
So you
Like
just
right
an,
next.
are you an MMA fan?
I'm an MMA
I
fan.
saw you. I think you were tweeting about Taporia too.
Yeah. Ah, that one hurt me, man.
You were rooting for him.
Yeah, I was. That one did hurt me.
Crazy, right?
I actually sent him a DM.
Oh.
We were talking about, sparring.
Wow.
Anytime that he was so he's really good friends with one of my father's friends
Okay.
in Spain. So I shot him a DM. He had followed me out of the blue, and I was like, oh, wow, like, I'm going to shoot him a DM, and, I'll probably get my ass kicked, but, I would love to get in there with him.
Did he respond?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. This after the fight or before the fight?
This was before the fight.
Okay.
This was before the
About
fight.
sparring together.
Yeah.
Damn,
So,
man.
Like I said, I'm all about that. And in this sport, that's how you learn, man. You got to get your ass kicked every once in a while.
Everyone was coming after him afterwards. You saw that?
Yeah, I mean, that's
Kicking
what
him while
people
he's
do.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he's knocked out, 3 or 4 legends in the sport of the UFC. I mean, and did it in impressive fashion. I think the way he carries himself, too, is very respectable. I mean, people just, they'll find something and like you said, kick him while he's down. I think regardless, I mean, everybody besides John Jones
Yeah.
has a loss.
Khabib too.
Yeah, right.
On the highest of levels.
On the highest level, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think very, very few. But I think, this is the sport, especially their sport. You got people who make great careers and they have 8 losses, 10 losses. That's normal in the UFC. So, I mean, it's a street fight. So, but as far as boxing, is a totally different world. But, my hat goes off to Poria. He fought his heart out, man. But I can understand what it is to have your brother there and seeing that. And I got to stop it. And I told my brothers the same thing. If I ever see that you're taking too much punishment, I'll be the first one to call it. I don't care if you're mad at me. I don't care if you don't talk to me for months, years. You're still here. You know what I'm saying? This sport, you could lose your life in this sport. There's people who are never the same after the sport. You know? So I love them too much to lose them, and I know that was the same case for Topuria.
Yeah, and it's a weird thing because in MMA, it never happens. It's very rare for the corner to stop a fight.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Very, very rare.
You're very right.
In boxing, it's a lot more common.
It's crazy how much he's swelled up, though.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because, I mean, he's never even gotten like that in any of his fights.
Nowhere close to that.
And Gaethje himself, like, he wasn't even really marked.
He had nothing.
Like yeah, bro. So it's kind of crazy. I don't know.
What did you think of the whole scene at the White House?
It was a crazy experience.
Yeah.
It was so crazy to see at the
surreal, right?
Bald eagle.
Yeah, crazy.
Made me feel real American.
There was a Mexican very early in the card, Diego Lopez.
Yeah,
did you see him?
He's an amazing talent.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's an amazing talent. It was kind of cool seeing them do the live band.
Yeah.
As well for La Chona.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was cool. I mean, it's crazy. When you're the president, you can really do whatever you want. Like, that really just went to show you, you really do whatever you want. And I think it was his birthday that day.
It was his birthday, yep.
Yeah, so was it for his birthday or for the
this is the question that we've been asking for a year now. But now it's said and done. I've heard you say, I saw you tweet, the walkout's going to be fire.
Yeah.
What is it? What can you tell us?
A lot of New York culture. And a pride from New York is
okay, interesting. Even though you're a Cali guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to represent.
Okay. Anyone going to be there with you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're keeping it a secret.
Yeah.
Because Xander says he has something special too.
Yeah. Hopefully it's Bad Bunny.
He said no.
No?
No. I mean, that's pretty damn.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much better than that. But maybe you put in the call for Bad Bunny, and that's why you can't do it.
Nah. That's, I mean, I got a lot of love for Bad Bunny and everything that, but, I mean, that's Xander. That's Xander's night, bro,
Yeah.
So I got to take my hat off to him. I mean, like I said, he's such a cool dude. And he's doing all this traveling over there in Europe and doing those world tours, too. So I actually might be in Puerto Rico with Lunay after this fight.
Okay.
So be my first time in Puerto Rico. So
beautiful place.
I got a lot of love for people who support me. If you're Puerto Rican, if you're white, black, Asian, it doesn't matter. It just, you support me, I support you.
All right, so what are you thinking? Saturday, what are you feeling?
Saturday.
Yeah. How does this end? Decisive stoppage?
People are going to know that I'm ready for my world title.
Okay. That's the message.
Look, Bryce Mills is in the way of my world title. And I got to crush him. I got to show the rest of the world that I'm here. And, this young kid is ready for his world title.
Can't wait, man.
Thank you so much.
Good luck to you.
I appreciate it.
Great to meet you. Great to have you in studio. Emiliano Vargas, one of the biggest prospects. Prospect no more, dare I say. That was 2025, now 2026. He's fighting co-main event this Saturday, DAZN pay-per-view, Barclays Center. Don't miss it. We'll take a quick break and talk to one half of the main event. Boots Ennis is here. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.